G'day fellas and welcome to 6 insane Order of the Dragon mechanics. You might be wondering who the Order of the Dragon are. Well, they are the variant civilization for the Holy Roman Empire in the brand new expansion for Age of Empires 4, the Sultan's Ascend. Today, we look at 6 insane mechanics that are unique to the Holy Roman Empire's variant civ. Let's get into it. Number 1, everything is big. Yes, you heard that correctly. Absolutely everything is big. Your spearmen, your archers, your horsemen, everything is big. And not just physically big. Like, if you look at them, they're absolutely huge. But these guys, they're beefy. They've got double the health, double the attack in some cases. They're doing a lot of damage out here, but they also cost more. On top of that, your villages are also bigger. Literally, all of your units are bigger in this version of the Holy Roman Empire. It's a little bit wild, and it's also a little bit deceiving. Hold on. Are you trebucheting me over the wall? I've got a solution to that. It's called deleting. By the way, you might notice that we're playing a bit of an interesting map. This is one of the new maps that have been added in the Sultan's Ascend expansion pack. But of course, we've built a couple layers of defense here so that our enemy is going to take some time before they're able to kill us. Now, speaking of killing us, I'm just going to get a quick little spearman raid out here because we've got something to talk about a little bit later. So let's go get these guys over onto the other side of the map. Hopefully they all make it alive. And start with our second thing. We've talked about the first one, that everything is big. Let's get into the second thing. So, often when you're playing the Holy Roman Empire, there's a unit that you neglect to make, and that is the Landsknecht. This guy is an absolute beast, but unfortunately, he's fragile. And to be honest, he's expensive, right? Well, there's a new upgrade in town for him, and it's unique to this variant civilization. If you take the Minework, excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, so you'll notice my voice not working. If you take the Minework Palace in the Feudal Age, which you should be, you'll have access in the Castle Age to a technology called Zornhau. This allows your Landsknecht to deal bleed damage. So that means once they strike an opponent, not only will they strike fear into the opponent because of its cool stylings, what they'll also do... What's going on over here? Look at my... Oh, God, my spears are getting destroyed completely. Oh, gosh, that didn't go well. Okay, hold on. I got to send more spearmen. We actually have to send the spears. I'm going to upgrade them as well. We actually need to send them because that's like another... a further point later in the video, and I just need to make sure that we're actually there. Because I don't have the ability to teleport, at least not yet. So I need to make sure that we have that ability. Let's upgrade the spears. Let's give them a little bit of extra health here. All right, 60 spearmen. Is that going to be enough? What do you guys reckon? Let me max out. There we go. 73 spearmen. That sounds pretty good. All right, they're going to run the gauntlet here. Looks like, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll go into the middle and then we'll come over. Oh, he did make it. He did make it in the end. All right, cool. So now with the Landsknecht, they have that extra bleed damage. So now, not only do you have units or Landsknecht that deal double damage normally, but they also deal bleed damage. So we're going to be demonstrating that here. You can use this against pretty much every single unit. Villages are really nice, so you can use them in raids. But essentially, you can go do some damage, and then afterwards... Oh, why is that guy not healing up? Don't tell me they've got heals. Do they have heals on the front line? So heals actually stop the bleed damage from happening. So that's why I'm sort of looking at it here like, excuse me, have you got heals or something? So here we go, Battle Monk. He does have heals. He's a Battle Monk. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Don't worry. Second attempt. Look at him healing up right there. Okay, let's... Oh, yeah, there we go. We're killing... We killed some spearmen. I saw them. I saw him take damage. Anyway, it's a pretty cool mechanic. I don't know if it qualifies as insane, but I'm going to put it as insane because there's not much going on for the Holy Roman Empire when it comes to new things here. I said the Holy Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire variant, the Order of the Dragon. Not that many new mechanics really to be exploring with them other than everything is big. But let's talk about the next thing that we're going to be looking at as our spearmen finally make their way into the base as we're under attack. Our university again. What is it with these universities? And it's this bad boy right here, Dragonfire. Your spearmen torches deal area of effect damage. Now, I could only find one situation where this works. I tried everything from Shelbyville to Brockville or whatever it is. Don't tell me you guys can't get through there. You just attack them, move on through, attack, move on through. So the only thing that I could find that it would do area siege damage against is 2x2 buildings that are next to each other. So in this case, houses. So let's click on this house. I'm going to torch this building. Boom, it kills the buildings next to it, which is pretty cool. The problem that I found was that if you go and attack, so right here, right, we can see that there are two archery ranges that are clearly right next to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to torch this archery range, It doesn't do any damage. Because for whatever reason, I guess the building, like the central hitbox of it is too big. So if you try sieging down a landmark, like you're just dreaming. You're not going to hit anything. So I wouldn't necessarily say that this is game breaking or crazy. It's only really houses that you can target with this technology. But just keep in mind that it is a technology. If I remember correctly, we can double check, but I think it's a feudal age technology. Never mind, it's a castle age technology. Pretty cheap as well, only 175 resources, but I don't know if I feel like it's particularly insane. But anyway, it goes on the list for being insane. Next up, what we're going to talk about is actually pretty insane. I like this one a lot. Now, this one comes from the archer, so what I'm going to do is I am going to delete a whole bunch of my units here. And by the way, we're saving our most insane technology for last. So, you guys know how often when you're playing, at least the players at the top level are playing, one of the things that will happen is, as the feudal age goes on, players will build up a mass of archers. And often they'll kind of transition into this stage where they've got a big enough army and a decent enough economy where they can then go to castle age and they'll be safe to do it, and they'll be having this giant archer mass that's left over. What happens now, so let me put our blacksmith down just so that I can demonstrate what we're going to be seeing here. So you'll go with, or you'll have +1s, right? Like all your +1s will be in, +1 ranged armor, +1 ranged attack, all that good stuff. You'll hit castle age, and what do? You get your +2, you get your +2 ranged armor, you get your veterancy, and now you've got some pretty decent stats on your unit. But what if I told you that there is a way that you're going to win every single archer war that you have with this civilization? And that is because of this technology right here. Dragon Scale Leather increases the ranged armor of gilded archers by +3. So now when we get that upgrade, all of a sudden our archers have got 5 ranged armor, which is kind of ridiculous considering that's a castle age upgrade. It all of a sudden just nullifies the enemy archer mass, and it means that you're a lot more potent on the battlefield, and it means that big archer ball that you've got going, you're going to be able to transition that a lot more easily than your opponent is going to be. And now let's just jump up over here and see if we can dish out some damage. Oh, looks like we can. Look at that. We're dishing out some damage here with our veteran gilded archers, taking out all the enemies down below us. Now, one of the other things that you'll notice is that the enemy's got some siege. What if I told you we've got a way to deal with that, and we don't even have to make a springald? Check this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build one of my favorite units in the game, the crossbow. And I'm going to build lots of them. I'm going to build so many of these bad boys. I really shouldn't build this many. It doesn't look like it's a lot because it's only 30 crossbows. But remember, these are double crossbows, right? These are the guys that your wife tells you not to worry about. That's how big they are. So, what's so special about them though, Drongo? These are just normal crossbows. They do bonus damage against heavy. Like, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Except for the fact, at the mine work, in the Imperial Age... Oh, no wonder it wasn't working. We never clicked it. Ah, Drongo. You're such a Drongo sometimes. So, anyway, in the Imperial Age, you've got access at the mine work to a unique... Did I really build a blacksmith when I had a mine work? Anyway, you know how special this Drongo guy is. It's getting late. Look, it's 11 o'clock at night for me. So, anyway, Bodkin bolts. Gilded crossbows deal 10 extra damage against siege units. Click. Now what does that mean? That means that you take that 18 damage that you were doing before and you add an extra 10 to it. So now you're doing 28 damage. How much armor does a clock tower springald have? It has 30. That's actually quite ironic because he's picked up the upgrade. Normally they wouldn't have this upgrade. Okay, here we go. This guy wants it. Let's go give it to him. Come on, this guy right here. Wait, mate. Hey, I got something for you. Come here. It's called Bodkin bolts. Boom! Look at it. Look how quick they killed him. Don't watch the springald though. The springald's going to be a strong. Look at me try and kill the springald. This is because he's got the upgrade for siege. So for anyone wondering, there's an upgrade for siege at the university. I'd show you, but all of my universities have been killed by trebuchets. It is this one right here. Siege works. It increases their range armor by 10. So that's how you counter Bodkin bolts. But if you don't have that, if you're like the green player, which by the way, green players always the worst players. Boom. And trebuchet. Boom. Oh, it's close. It's pretty close. Never mind. Bombards have a base of 30 anyway, so that's going to be a different story there. But now, your gilded crossbowmen are going to become siege snipers out on the battlefield. Look, you're going to have difficulties against bombards, but for... Jeez Louise, I'll tell you what, we're dying pretty quick out over here. Maybe we need something extra to keep us alive. Do we dare? Minework Palace, I'm calling on you. Get your upgrades. Get everything. Get all the upgrades. I'm not going to talk about that one. It's a shitty upgrade. Don't get it. It's time for the Burgrave. Ladies and gentlemen, the Burgrave is different for the Order of the Dragon. You'll be familiar with the Burgrave from the Holy Roman Empire. Basically, your units train faster. That's pretty much it, right? Just take... If it takes 15 seconds, just call it 3 seconds. That's essentially what we're running with here. The new Burgrave is much better, in my opinion. And I believe that you'll be using the Burgrave to age up a fair bit more often than you would the Regnants. The Regnants are still very strong. It works exactly the same as the Holy Roman Empire. With the new Burgrave, your units train faster, but they are also cheaper. 30% cheaper, 30% faster to train, which means that your men-at-arms are now twice as big as the other men-at-arms, yet they're not twice as expensive. They're still very expensive, just not as expensive as before. And that's what we're working with right now. And what is going on? Look at this. I tell you what, if you wanted to play against the AI on this map, it's not going to work. I was really hoping that they'd all be looking to attack me through the front. Maybe if I put all my military towards the front, do you reckon they'll attack me there? And let's mix in a couple of schnecky boys. Just a few. So the Burgrave being better is a really good thing for the Order of the Dragon, because previously the Burgrave was decent, but it was niche, right? Like, it was always best to go Regnants if you could get relics. But if you couldn't, it was like, I guess I'll go for the other one, right? Whereas now it's like, well, if I go 2TC and I actively play around wanting the Burgrave, I can still pick up the relics and I can get decent value from my Burgrave anyway. And if you do the math, and I'm sure that there are people out there that will do the math. You know what? We're in the mood right now. We're gonna do the math right here, baby. Let's do it. It takes 16 seconds to make a gilded man-at-arms. You know what? Let's do it with a spearman. 10 seconds to make a gilded spearman. Now, we've got the upgrade here from the Mindwork, which means that you're making 6 of these every minute. Your base cost for this is 160 resources. The amount that you pay here is 112 resources. So that means that every 10 seconds, if we go 160 minus 112, is 48. Is that really right? 48 resources, the difference? Yeah, that's right, 112. So 48, and I'm making 6 of them, so 48 times 6 is 288 resources. So as long as I'm keeping this bad boy training all the time, it's always got units in the queue, which is 100% how you would want to use it. You're making 288 resources per minute. Now, when you also compare that to a Regnants, so I'm just going to bring in the notepad right now because, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the notepad. By the way, what's going on over here? I just want to make sure I'm not doxing myself. Okay, yep, that's all fine. Don't care if you guys see that. All right, cool, we're good. I just want to make sure, otherwise I have to go back and blur it in the video. So if a relic is 80 gold per minute, 80 GPM, Regnants is 160 GPM per relic. Now we have a baseline for how good this needs to be before we can actually consider it decent, right? So if we take 3x relics with the Regnants, you're looking at 480 GPM. So that's a decent amount of gold. But if you took 3x relics without the Regnants anyway, and you would be sitting on 240 GPM. And if you were getting your 288 resources, so if let's calculate this, plus 240, now you're sitting on 528 resources every minute. So at 3 relics, it's actually better to go for the Burgrave. At the 4th relic, it will become more efficient for you to have gone for the Regnants. And you could argue that there's probably flexibility in having the relics in the Regnants over the Burgrave, because that kind of forces you to play into infantry, and maybe you don't want to do that, which is absolutely fine. But I think that it is quite easy to sell you on the Burgrave Palace actually being one of the insane Order of the Dragon mechanics. So anyway, that's going to round out our list. That's your 6. I think that was the 6. Let me double check. Yeah, we had Bodkin Bolts, we had Dragon Scale Leather, we had Zornhau. Not that we researched it, but you guys get the picture. We have the Dragon Fire for the AoE Siege Spears, and we had the better Burgrave, and of course, everything is bigger. So that's going to be it. Rounding it out. If you guys think I missed something, let me know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you guys just a free one as well. It's not insane. It's a new mechanic. It's terrible, and I don't like it, and I've already recommended that the devs change it just because it doesn't feel good, and I don't like things that don't feel good. This upgrade right here, Golden Cuirass, it's looking at me and it's like, Jongo, I want to be a good upgrade. And it's like, mate, I don't know. I just don't like it. Let's talk about it. Gilded Men-at-Arms who fall below 20% health take 20% less damage. So that means once your Men-at-Arms has got less than 20 health, it'll then take 20% less damage of the damage it receives while it's under 20% health, which works out to be an effective damage decrease of 4%. Now, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to take 4%, but for all you non-Americans out there, I've been in an organization that did collective bargaining, and I wasn't happy with 4%. I asked for much more than that. We got it. We got 10%, mate. 10%. I'm telling you right now, collectively, us Order of the Dragon folks need to rise up against these relic folks and just tell them 4% ain't enough. It ain't enough, Chief. Let's see if we can fix it. What I would like to see for this one, make it so that Men-at-Arms who fall below 50% health gain +1 armor. And Men-at-Arms who fall below 20% health gain +2 armor. There you go. It probably works out worse in the end, but at least it seems a little bit better. It probably does work out worse in the end, by the way. I mean, it depends what you're fighting, right? Like, if you're fighting against knights, definitely worse. If you're fighting against spearmen, definitely better. So, it depends what you're fighting. But, anyway, that's the route I reckon it should take. But I'm curious what you guys think. Do you guys reckon it's a decent cost for it? It's probably is. You can still get it. I'm not going to be mad at you. But we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.